My name is Hugo, and I started this channel to show my journey in some gacha games. Today the focus is on Genshin Impact. My account is almost 5 years old, so I thought it made sense to start by showing how it looks today. I have been playing since March 2021, and I'm completely free to play. I have never bought Blessing, Battle Pass, or Genesis Crystals. Even so, I have been able to consistently clear endgame content. For the Spiral Abyss, I have been getting 36 stars since version 2.8, I think. The game only shows part of the history, but as you can see, every cycle listed here is 36 stars. Since 2024, I have been recording some of my Abyss runs, and I will be posting them here over the next few days. I keep everything organized in a spreadsheet, which abyss it was, which things I used, how many times I used each character, things like that. So as I upload the videos, we will be able to check the chains, builds, and rotations. For Imaginarium Theater, I have cleared all stars since the mode came out. Unlike Abyss, which has a long history, Theater is newer, so the full records is visible here. At first it only had Hard, then Visionary Azad, and now we have Lunar. I have cleared all of them. I didn't record the first two runs because at that time I had stopped recording Abyss as well, so those 2 months weren't saved. But everything after that is recorded, and I will post them as soon as I can. Right now I can't because the channel is new and YouTube has the 15-minute limit. Once that's gone, I will upload the theater runs too. Stitching Onslaught is the endgame mode I like the least. Usually I just grab the Primogens and farm artifacts during the first few days. The current one is almost over and, as you can see, I didn't even play it. The last one I cleared on difficult 5, but the one before that I actually forgot. For free-to-play players, difficult 5 is very doable, but your account needs to be well built. If you are free to play and you usually go for at least C2 R1 on meta characters, you can probably clear difficult 5 pretty easily, and maybe even get the 4-star skins from difficult 6. The 5-star skin, though, is clear for whales. When it comes to characters, every free-to-play player has their own strategy. Mine is simple. I prioritize new characters at C0. I almost never go for constellations, signature weapons, or refinements. I only pull for a DPS if I really like them. Most of the time, I prefer supports or off-field DPS because, in my opinion, they bring more value. I do have meta characters, but I'm not really a meta player. I just like having different characters so I can change my teams and keep the gameplay fresh. That's also why I'm not a main of anyone. I am always rotating characters over time. Including Lumin, I currently have 86 characters. Out of those, 79 are level 90 with leveled talents, so I can use almost all of them in actual combat. The 7 that aren't fully built yet are just missing gemstones. As you can see, all of my limited characters are C0. The only exceptions are Shenhe and Nilo, and that's because of the current event called To Temper Thyself and Journey 4, where you can get a free C1 for 4 characters. Aside from that, I have never gone for constellations, and unlike the Weapons banner, I have never managed to get 2 5-star characters in just 10 wishes on the character banner. Over the years, I have basically lost almost every 50-50, so as a free-to-play player, having every character just is not realistic. As for weapons, I have 16 5-star weapons, 10 from the standard banner and 6 limited ones. I own Sinus and Scaramouche's signature weapons even though I don't have the characters. From when I started into Mitsumeru, I never pulled on the weapon banner. After that, I would sometimes throw 2 to 4 wishes randomly. I got Sinus weapons in 2 wishes and months later, Scaramouche's in 4. Then, about a year later, when Clorinda released alongside a Hayton, It was a really good Japan banner and I was close to pitch 80, so I decided to go until I got something. And I ended up getting 2 limited 5 stars in just 10 wishes. In 5 years, that was the only time that happened. My Vuika's Japan is the only one I actually went all the way to guarantee after losing the 50-50. I did that because she is very strong, is currently the best claymore in the game, and I didn't own any 5-star crit claymore. And now, a year later, I got Columbina's Yapon in just 10 wishes. Except for my Wikas, I don't even know the exact PT for the others since the Yapon banner history doesn't go that far back. For 4-star Yapons, there's not much to say, always get the event exclusive ones. My personal advice is to invest in Favonius Yapons, ideally 3 copies of each type. It's one of the best Yapon series in the game, especially for free-to-play players. I also use 3-star Yapons sometimes. Artifacts, I don't have as many good ones I would like, but I manage. Honestly, I think it's the worst system in the game, it's just pure RNG. Inventory items vary a lot. If I need something, I just go farm it. I completely ignore the food system. I used it to farm all roads back in 2021, but nowadays I don't really need to. 5-star apples are rare for me, and 4 stars come every now and then from events. Just playing normally gives me enough materials. I wish I had more prototypes, but they are rare, so it is what it is. Local specialties I only farm when I need them. I usually save my fragile resin and only use it when a new artifact set release. Most of the time, I don't use it at all. I have plenty of drain solvents and almost never touch it. Sanctifying Elixir usually just give me terrible artifacts, and Dust of Enlightenment somehow make my piece worse. I currently have over 1300 achievements, and I will try to increase that soon. For quests, I have completed all the main ones, but I still have some world quests left, mostly the shorter ones. I also need to finish some characters story quests and most hangout events. I only did the first ones when they were released, but I will eventually complete the rest. For exploration, Mount stats 100%. Liu Yue 100%. Inazuma 100%. As for Sumeru, we don't talk about Sumeru. Fontaine is 100%. Natlan is only missing the last island, and Not Cry I barely explore. After Natlan's main story ended, I played less and kind of stopped exploring. My goals for 2026 are to keep clearing all endgame content consistently, finish exploring every region, complete all the quests I have left, both world and character ones, and get as many achievements as I can. And that's my 100% free-to-play account after almost 5 years. If you want to see me clearing endgame content on this account, you can subscribe. I will start uploading my older Spyro Abyss recording over the next few days, and once I reach the current reset, I will begin posting the actual Abyss runs. Thank you for watching this video, and bye.